Good evening, Internet. The Real Shroom here. Going to be playing some more Standard on Arena tonight, and I'm a fan of mill. I think it's always a fun challenge to try to mill someone out. Usually is harder to do than reducing their life total to 0, but not always. Anyway, we're going to be playing the oiliest mill deck that I've ever seen. What do I mean by that? Let's take a look. So we are a Grixis mill deck, and the mill pieces we have are, of course, Jace the Perfected Mind. But the other piece that we have that's a little unusual is Fonts of Progress. It's a 1-mana artifact that enters with 2 oil counters. For 3 mana, you can tap it. Target player mills X card, where X is the number of oil counters on Fonts of Progress. So this is a worse millstone in a way, which obviously is not very good in today's MTG environment, but we're going to do some things to make it better as a mill piece. To with 2 counters on it, it's obviously not very good, but if it has like 5 or 6 counters on it, milling that much for 1 activation of an artifact might actually be enough to mill someone out. So how are we enhancing our Fonts of Progress? Well, we're using Furnace Skullbombs, 1-mana artifacts that we can sack for 1 into red at sorcery speed to put 2 oil counters on target artifact or creature and draw a card. We can only do this as a sorcery. So this can add 2 oil counters to our Fonts of Progress, so that now when they do their mill activation, they mill for 4 instead of 2. Or if we activate 2 of these, they mill for 6. So that's strategy number 1. These can also cycle for 1 mana at any time to just replace themselves, which is good because because like sometimes we don't have the Fonts of Progress on the battlefield. And the other thing we're going to do is proliferate with Elemental Augury and a 1 of Serum Snare. These are cards that are just like decent anyway. Elemental Augury is like a anticipate, helps us find the pieces that we want. Serum Snare is a bounce spell that if it bounces something small, lets us proliferate, and these spells all let us add oil counters to the Fonts of Progress in order to make their mills that much more effective. And we also have a 1 of Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree, which might just be a better mill piece than Fonts of Progress, although it doesn't use oil counters. It's just a 3-mana artifact that for 2 can mill our opponents for 3, and lets us put a land from their graveyard onto the battlefield under our control. Its 10 ability doesn't matter here. It's just a mill rock, and at the beginning it starts off better than Fonts of Progress, but eventually Fonts of Progress will outmill the Realmbreaker. And the other problem with Fonts of Progress obviously is 3 is a huge activation cost. That's where we're playing the 1 of Enigma Jewel. All it does in this deck basically is let us use the font more efficiently, or Realmbreaker, or perhaps crack our Furnace spell bombs. That's all it does. As a 1 of, it enables some nut draws, where if we get this on turn 1, get a font on turn 2, we can immediately start using the fonts, which is kind of cool when that happens. Also, we're running a 4 of Stern Lesson, which is just draw 2 cards, then discard a card, create a tap Power Stone token. So these Power Stones we collect as we at instant speed draw cards will let us activate our Fonts of Progress to ease that heavy cost for its activation. And, you know, I'm a fan of Quick Study. This card is not as good as Quick Study because it does make us discard afterwards, but getting that Power Stone token really helps the Fonts of Progress activations to come better, and just helps our deck operate more smoothly. And then we're a control deck, so we're loaded with removal like Torch the Tower, Go for the Throat, Bitter Triumph, Nowhere to Run. We've got sweepers like 1 Pyroclasm, 1 Brotherhood's End, and 1 Deadly Cover-Up in the main. We've got more in the sideboard. We're running Founding the Third Path, of course, which is a mill piece, but it also is like Snapcaster Mage. The level 3 of this just lets us recast all of our removal and card draw from our graveyard. So this kind of doubles up all of our removal in the deck, which is really nice, because this means that we do have quite a bit of interaction to help us stay alive until we can mill our opponents out. And then we got 2 of Negate just to protect our fonts and whatnot from interaction. Total of 25 lands in the deck. Since we are kind of a true control deck, we do want to make our land drops. We got a couple of Temple of Epiphanies. We got 4 of Restless Reefs, which can become a mill win con as well in the late game, becoming 4/4 attackers that mill when they attack, or possibly even just kill our opponent with damage. So what I like about this form of mill is that there's no creatures. That's kind of the problem with mill in Standard right now, is that the best mill pieces are creatures, and there's just so much creature removal going around that I kind of wanted to avoid that. So that's why I'm going with the Fonts of Progress oil counter strategy. The sideboard contains a couple of duresses and negates against control, against aggro and creatures. We've got Anoint with Affliction, Abrade, a second Brotherhood's End. We've got a second Deadly Cover-Up, And we got Essence Scatter. We got one of Withering Torment as creature removal, but sometimes you do need to kill enchantments. Although one thing that's cool about this deck also is that it's good against the archetypes that want to draw lots of cards, like the Caretaker's Talent, the Up the Beanstalk deck, of which there are many. They kind of win the game for us because they draw so many cards that we make it so that we don't have to mill them that much. We have enough removal and sweepers to control their board, so we don't mind too much if our opponent draws 15 cards off of their Caretaker's Talent, because it just enables our game plan. But sometimes you do need to destroy an enchantment like a Leyline Binding or a Caretaker's Talent that has gotten to Anthem mode. And another thing that's cool about this deck is that we can board in Urabrask Forge for a pivot that our opponent won't really see coming. Urabrask Forge is a great win con in a control deck like this, where we just want to sit back on our instant speed interaction. We resolve a Forge, we just kind of let it do its thing, but we also can just accelerate the Forge greatly with our Skullbombs and with our Proliferate effects. Then finally, we've got a 2 of Soul Guide Lantern for graveyards. So that is the plan. We are on the janky mill plan. We're a very late game deck, so that's also, by the way, why we have 3 demolition fields, is because creature lands will become relevant. But in the late game, and being with the ability to double up all of our interaction, we actually can mill some people out. I have been able to do this successfully in practice games. Let's see if we can do it on the big stage of live on stream in Platinum tier. And if you want to support me and my content, you like off-meta, off-kilter, MTG stuff, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Let's get oily. All right, against World's Editor in our first match with the oiliest mill deck. And we're going to be on the draw with a hand that has like no removal. It does have Enigma Jewel and card draw, so if we find our font, we'll be well set up. I'm going to keep this. I don't know how good this deck is. I don't think it's actually that good, but it is very fun. Alright, let's just play our Enigma Jewel. So, we would love to find a font here in the near future. Opponent led on Mirix. And they're looking very quizzically at our Enigma Jewel. I swear, I've been having this problem in testing this deck the last couple of days, that people just keep roping. So this may just be a total waste of time right here. Yeah, it looks like it is. And we drew our Font of Progress too. This is the nut draw, so we can already use our fonts. Okay, they actually played a land. Whisper of the Dross, Proliferate. It looks like they're a toxin deck. So, we're going to... I guess we're gonna play our Skullbomb for next turn. Yep, there's the Voidwing. Bitter Triumph. I'd like to find a land. Let's go ahead and crack our Skullbomb. Okay, land is good. Another Voidwing? Sure. Well, we're gonna mill you for 4. Okay, we draw Torch to Tower, that's good. Let's go ahead and just exile one of these Voidwings while they're tapped out and don't have a counter. go for 2 poison. So I think we're going to Experimental Augury. Opponent counters, sure. Mill you for 4. When you proliferate, return it from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, we're milling their Void Wings, which isn't ideal, obviously. Alright, let's just try to bounce this Void Wing. Whisper of the Dross. Okay. So they kill it. Serum Snare. Well, they're taking their turn to do that. That's, you know, not ideal, but it's not terrible. We do have our Enigma Jewel on the board already. Alright, they counter our fonts, but we do have Realmbreaker as well. Distorted Curiosity. Gonna draw some cards. There's a Void Wing. Alright, let's mill you for 3. Get back a land. Do you have any good lands? I guess the Green Lake Verge is good for us. We're also gonna kill this Void Wing and pay 3 life. Alright, let's start attacking with our Reef. I guess we'll Stern Lessons now, too. Stern Lessons now. I'll discard a Nowhere to Run. Experimental Augury. Yeah, draw those cards. Alright, so they're clearly holding up a counter spell or a removal spell. We'll grab a Dark Slick Shores. Founding gets countered. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we do have enough mana to attack and Founding number 2. I think we've got him here. Founding you. They do have some Shieldreds. John and Iker. So they're the poison control deck. Million for 3. Grab a Dark Slick Shores. What do we want to do here, if anything? Experimental Augury. We don't actually want to do that, though. Yeah, actually, why not? Sure. There's a font. So we just mill them out here. Mill you. Mill you. Okay. I don't know what happened at the beginning there, but we did manage to get him. So we definitely want Anoint with Affliction. We want Duress. Soul Guide Lantern. The question is, do we want to go with a Forge angle? I think we probably do. Dimir doesn't really have... Well, they're a bounce deck, and that's what we hate the most, is bounce decks. But I think we're going to try the Forges. So I don't think we want Deadly Cover-Up. Man, if only Anger of the Gods were legal in Standard. Cut a font. When we go up the Forges, we have to cut down on our mill angle. So when we go down to less fonts, we probably board out Stern Lesson and or the Enigma Jewel. Let's cut a Skullbomb. Cut a Jace. I think we want the second Brotherhood's End. Cut Go for the Throat. Alright, we're going down to 1 font. So we're cutting the Enigma Jewel. And we're cutting an Experimental Augury. And a Founding. Yeah, opponent ropes out. I don't get it. Safarat will be our next opponent. Hopefully we'll get a whole match this time. Alright, we're on the play, and hey, we've got Enigma Jewel. So this looks pretty good. Hopefully they're not anything remotely aggro. Forest. Okay. I'm gonna play an island in Augury here. Innkeeper's Talent. It's gonna be like that. So I think I'll take... I have a Jace. I'll take a Negate. Yeah, unfortunately we get a little mana screwed here. Could have played this last turn instead of augurying. The question is, do I want to play this Founding? Sure, I'll just get it going for mill purposes. I am foregoing my chance to play Negate, so let's see if I regret that. Slime against humanity. Alright, I really wish I had held up Negates. Create a 0/0 ooze creature token with trample. What does this do? Put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is 2 plus the total number of cards you own in exile in your graveyard that it oozes and/or slime against humanity. You can have any number of slime against humanity. Okay. Well, this may be helping them, but that's what we do here. Alright, there's our fonts. Hulking Raptor. Okay. It's a little scary. His Ward 2. Yeah, this is looking bad. I'm gonna play this Experimental Augury. Pyroclasm doesn't do anything here. I'm looking for a deadly cover-up. Or I might just be dead. Primeval Bounty. Okay. Alright, definitely dead if I don't find deadly cover-up. And I don't find it. I don't find any creature interaction at all in this game. Okay. So we don't necessarily like to see big green stuff. We definitely want Essence Scatter. We're gonna want Withering Torment. We're gonna want our second deadly cover-up. Do we go for the forges here? I think we do. We want Soul Guide Lantern too, because they are a graveyard deck. So we're going for the forge plan. Going down on the fonts, which means we lose the jewel. And we lose a stern lesson. I don't think Pyroclasm is going to do much here. I actually don't think Torch the Tower is going to do much either. They do have a lot of enchantments. I'm going to go with Duress. Gonna add the second Brotherhood's End. Gonna cut a Jace, a Skullbomb, an Augury. I'll just go 2 Duress, 1 Negate. Alright, we got a Forge and a Furnace Skullbomb. We don't have any creature interaction, but do we try this out? Yeah, we're on the play. We get a draw with this. Let's try it out. It's a little scary because we have no way of killing creatures or interacting with what they're doing whatsoever. They have a 107 card library, so I didn't notice that before, so they probably have a lot of Slime Against Humanity in their library. Boy, they got a pretty good draw for like a 115 card deck. Mono green. I could have played a Founding, I guess. Rot Rider Fawn is a mana dork. Alright, let's get our forge going. It's okay, opponent, you can block it, yes. Branchwood Armor. Okay, so I need to find a removal spell for that. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and fire up our forge here. Another forge. It's possible I should have killed it while they were tapped out. More Branchwood Armor? No. Don't tell me you have the... Okay, phew. Okay, now we are cooking. Let's play Forge number 2. And let's annoy Experimental Augury. We'll get... Do we want a font at this point? I don't think we even want a font. We'll take a Stern Lesson. Juice up just that one, because this one doesn't have a counter to proliferate yet, unfortunately. So it's possible I should have waited till... Yeah, I should have waited till after combat. I cheated myself out of a foil counter. Llanowar Elves, sure. Okay. Go for a Stern Lesson. Discard Realmbreaker, I think, at this point. Then let's Experimental Augury. Grab another Forge. Juice up our Forges. Okay. The Forge plan worked against the 115 card deck. I do like another Abrade. All this 2 damage stuff I'm going to leave away. Stern Lesson is a little slow. Opponent chooses to draw. And this is a 1-lander, unfortunately. I do have to mulligan. It had great cards. I'll keep this one. Opponent chose to be on the draw. Well, we're keeping this and we'll bottom our swamp. Actually, I should have bottomed island there. Llanowar. Brotherhood's End is good. Tribute to the World Tree. Okay. That's very scary. I think I want to Augury. Get another red source, I guess. Alright, I'm gonna hold up Essence Scatter. Wildwood Mentor. Whenever it attacks... Alright, so this is going to become... I think this is fine, actually. We'll let it get its things. Because we do have Brotherhood's End. against this Tribute to the World tribute. Do I want to get greedy is the question. I think I just want to sweep him now. Because this means they'll have to spend all of their mana casting tributes. They won't have enough mana to cast another creature, hopefully. So then on the following turn I can scatter their creature. And do something. Start activating Realmbreaker. Slime against humanity is not a creature. Alright, we'll do a little rampant. Ooh, nowhere to run. Doesn't do much. Duress? Really looking for creature removal at this point, I think. Branchwood Armor. Uh-huh. Okay, it's a 16/16. Well, I mean, we gotta block it, I guess. We don't have the mana to activate our reef. Alright. Take 16. And let's hope we find a removal spell, or else we're dead. Jeez. Are we dead? Yeah, we can't activate our Restless Reef. So yeah, I think I binned a swamp early when I should have binned an island, and that cost us. We still had to find an answer to this thing. Deadly Cover-Up would have done it. So bad sequencing means that we lose to this jank, but so it goes. Hot Cross will be our next opponent. We'll be on the play, and we can keep this. Tiny Bones. Sure, we'll take one. So some form of Golgari. Yeah, I'll use my Finding the Third Path. So we'll torch the tower of the Tiny Bones. They're gonna make Tyvar stand, okay. And we have nothing for them to recover with it, so it's not like that great for them. Enchanted creature has Toxic too. What? What is happening tonight? Okay. What do I want to do here? I think I just want to go for Stern Lesson. We can take another hit from Tiny Bones. Venerated Rot Priest, okay. We'll discard I guess this Skullbomb for now. Submit 0. No, we're not gonna cast it. Do all of our demolition fields. That's very unfortunate. Go for Pyroclasm? Okay. We do get both of their creatures. Target non-land permanent from that player's graveyard. So they can get our... whatever, our Finding the Third Path. Gonna make us mill. Okay. Let's blow up that thing. Let's get a mountain. Get rid of the Rot Priest. Finding the Third Path. So we can kill Tiny Bones if we find the Third Path and flash back our Torch to Tower, which I guess we want to do. We only have one blue source, that sucks. Actually, instead of doing that, do we have mana to do... Yes, so let's... Demolition Field this. Let's get an island. Let's Founding the Third Path. Chapter 3. Torch the Tower. Oh no, I wanted to cast it! I wanted to cast it! I thought it was declining the bargain part of it. Oh man. So they get to cast another card of ours? Oh man. That was so stupid. Ah, boy. Hunt City. So they can play our Skullbomb and just draw a card. Yeah, let's just pass. Let's find our Brotherhood's End. Now if we don't find a sweeper, we're dead because of that misplay. It's embarrassing. So we need Brotherhood's End here. There it is. They can continue stealing stuff. Okay, they're a Fynn deck. Well, we lost because of our misclick. Anoint with Affliction, everything that can kill creatures. Brotherhood's End, Abrade, Cover Up. Withering Torment, Essence Scatter. Do we want to go for Forges? I don't know. When we go up, I think we do. When we're against real creature matches, I think we do want the Forges. So that means we do this. Cut the stuff that's designed to facilitate the font. Literally all of our creature removal is good. Like, our negates aren't bad either. The Jace. Augury. Founding. Actually, I really like Founding here to flash back all of our removal. Maybe Serum Snare. Just run one Jace. Cut a Skullbomb. Alright, this looks fine. We got removal. Skull Dweller. Play our fonts. I think we're going to try to go for a Brotherhood's End next turn. There's Fynn. So you get 2 poison counters. 3 poison counters. Alright, let's Brotherhood's End. There's Duress. Takes Bitter Triumph. Rot Priest. That's Augury. Oh, why'd you tap on my red mana, huh? We're gonna take what? Deadly Cover Up? Or the land? This kinda sucks. Probably Deadly Cover Up. We'll see if we survive long enough to resolve it. More Rot Priests. I think we just want a Stern Lesson to get as many looks for Swamp number 2 as we can. We don't find Swamp number 2. Find Deadly Cover Up number 2. Alright, let's fuel up our thing. Draw a card. There's black source number 2. Go to 8 poison. And if they have anything that targets their rock beast, we're just dead. Yep. Wow. Okay. Poison decks are good. But, yeah. Awkward running. Exilord Lord will be our next opponent. Be on the play. And our hand looks okay. Sure. That's plains. Okay. Let's play our Skullbomb. Go. Angels. Okay. We have no red mana yet. Let's draw a card. Lots of Restless Reefs. Okay. We're gonna Stern Lesson. Youthful Valkyrie with no follow-ups yet. We'll discard a Restless Reef. Negate. Okay, I think we're gonna Stern Lesson again. Try to find some red mana. Exemplar of Light. Uh-huh. Demolition Field. So now we draw a Spire Bluff Canal, which will enter tapped. And these angels are already so thick, Pyroclasm does nothing. Banishing Light? For what? My Enigma Jewel? That's fine. I mean, I don't have a font on the battlefield yet, so that doesn't matter. So I need Deadly Cover-Up. There's Deadly Cover-Up. Okay. Deadly Cover-Up, get rid of Exemplar? Yeah, do we even have the evidence for it? We do. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's get rid of the exemplars. Sunfall, Sarah Paragon, Resplendent Angel, removal. Okay. Steel Seraph, Boombringer, Elspeth. Just angels. Alright. More stern lessons. Those lessons are so stern. So I can actually... What can I do? Play Stern Lesson again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can attack with my Restless Reef. And I can negate their Get Lost. Alternatively, I could just hold up Stern Lesson, try to find a second sweeper so I can catch both angels with a Pyroclasm and like a Brotherhood's End or something. Gonna attack. Get our mill on. So do we negate this? I think we just let this go, actually. That's fine. Sarah Paragon. Alright, let's thin our deck. Stern Lesson. We'll discard Island, probably. Font of Progress. Let's play our Font of Progress. Founding the third path is exactly what we want. I guess I should have just killed that, Sarah Paragon. There's Giada. This is 8 damage. Take 8, go down to 1, sweep their board. Yeah, they don't have like surprise damage from anywhere, so I think this works. Million for 2. Play Founding. Deadly Cover-Up. That's fine. Okay, I don't have enough evidence. Another Sarah Paragon. Boy, opponents just have it all tonight. Jeez. They just played their land back from their graveyard. Okay, Bitter Triumph. They have 34 cards in their library. So we need to kill this Sarah Paragon. Absolutely no questions asked. And now we don't have the mana to activate our Reef. That's okay. let's get a second black source. Oh, we already have our swamp on the battlefield too. The mana is kind of a little messed up in this deck because originally this was like an Is It deck that I've sort of been tweaking. But yeah, I think the mana is a little off. Jace. Amelia, draw.
You won't stop us.
Get lost. Let's negate that.
No secret escapes my grasp.
Okay. It wouldn't have mattered if I had milled them with this first. I wouldn't have drawn 3. Archangel Elspeth.
This fight ends now. This is our fight to win.
Milieu. Serum Snare. Let's Milieu draw 3.
The data requires scrutiny.
Play a Restless Reef. Let's get rid of Elspeth. We'll discard this Font of Progress.
The sun always rises again.
And let's Pyroclasm. Get rid of your 1/1. They have 20 cards left in their library. Okay.
I am a
Create a 1/1.
in the dark. We fight together.
Alright, let's bounce it. Proliferate our fonts. And Jace. Milieu for 3. And we got him. Milieu for 3.
I will clear your mind.
Milieu for 15.
Kapask. Imasahak.
Okay, we got there. Phew.
I
That was as close as it can get.
your entire mind.
So angels. All of our like red removal is pretty useless against them. Our black removal, however, is good. And we'll need it. Torch the tower, certainly useless. Pyroclasm, I don't think is good. We'll leave in the one of Brotherhood's End. I think I'll do the Forges. Let's cut a font. We're not going to completely abandon the mill angle. But we're adding the Forges. Cut a negate. Really, it's their creatures that are concerning. Yeah, I'll cut both the negates. Oh, I probably want Soul Guide Lanterns too, because they're Sarah Paragons. Alright, Serum Snare. 1 Augury. 1 Bomb. See how this goes. Essence Scatter's good. No other creature interaction. But I don't think I want to mill this, so we'll keep. Or mull. Angel, okay. They start on turn 1 Cavern of Souls. That makes Essence Scatter not as good. They don't have a play turn 2 though. That's good for us. Let's go for Springs. Dazzling Angel. Augury. Alright, we definitely are going to want Deadly Cover-Up. Go for the throat. Let's get down a Skullbomb. See if we can ride out this first wave of angels till we sweep. Resplendent Angel. Alright, I'm just gonna draw a card. My bomb. There's Black Source number 2. Boon Ringer Valkyrie. Gaining life. Hitting for 6. Alright, let's Augury. Soul Guide Lantern. Sounds good. Okay, Deadly Cover-Up. We don't have enough evidence, I don't think, do we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we don't. So we'll just do a regular old one. Dazzling Angel. Youthful Valkyrie. Okay, let's Temple. Can bottom Aspire Bluff. Let's play a Soul Guide Lantern. Exile. That, I guess. Founding the Third Path. I don't think we want a Founding yet. Exemplar of Light. Well, Essence Scatter didn't do much good here. Urabrask's Forge. Okay, so let's Founding. Page 3. Get back our Deadly Cover-Up. Casket. We'll collect evidence, I suppose. Oh, we don't have enough stuff in our graveyard to do that? That's okay. Steel Seraph. Uh-oh, that's an artifact. Ugh. Yeah, that's bad for us. Play a Forge. Yep, that is an issue for our go for the throats. Not a lot of throats. Oh, could I have essence scattered that? I think they just gave me the option. Alright, let's kill the exemplar. And I don't have an answer for the Steel Seraph, unfortunately. Yeah, I wonder... I thought about swapping some of these out for like Sheoldred's Edict or something, just for that reason. A Braid can kill Steel Seraphs. Let's also grab a Serum Snare. We'll cut one Jace. You know, I don't think the Urabrask Forge plan is going to work, because they just gain so much life. We're going to go all in on milling again. So I guess we do want Jace. And we want the Bomb and Augury. Well, I do have to make 2 cuts, so I will leave the Serum Snare out. I'm gonna leave Essence Scatter in. They're not always gonna have Cavern of Souls, and I am running 3 Demolition Field. Alright, we're gonna go 3 Auguries. Anoint is good if we can find black mana, which we have a lot of chances to do. I think I'll keep. Soul Guide Lantern could be good. They of course have Cavern of Souls. Alright, I really need to find a black source like now. A Braid works, I suppose. Man, it really sucks to bin that Deadly Cover up, but you have no choice. Alright, kill Giada. Play a Lantern. Exile it. Dazzling Angel. Need to find a black source. Youthful Valkyrie. More Youthful Valkyries. We draw a couple of spell bombs. But no black mana. Yeah, I'll discard one of those. Sure, let's just draw a card, go for the throats. So we pretty much have to Brotherhood's End here. Sarah Paragon. After we've already used our Soul Guide Lantern. Okay, can I have a black source of mana, please? Please. No. That is so very bad. Let's dig. Still no black mana. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose because we can't find black mana. Which is a problem with the mana base, because this started off, as I said, this started off as an Izzet deck, and I've sort of been adding stuff to it as I've been playing, without really making sure that it all makes sense. We don't draw black mana, and I think we're dead? 7... Find a black source. Discard Essence Scatter. Exemplar of Light. Youthful Valkyrie. So we can exile this, take 5, Millie for 2, Jace, one, 2, 3. Yeah, I think we're dead. I can flash back a Brotherhood's End. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then I don't have quite enough mana to go for the throat also. So yeah, the mana base isn't right. We also need like another deadly cover-up or two, because the matches where we're against mid-range are rough when they get a train going like that. Deafest Specchio will be our opponent. We're gonna be on the draw. Our mana's really slow, but we're gonna get draws like this. We're a control deck. Evolving Wilds. Let's lead on a temple. Do I want a basic islands? I don't think so. Llanowar Elves. Or Evolving Wilds. Evolving Wilds for forests, so there's some kind of landfall deck, obviously. Let's play our Restless Reef and our fonts. Yep, there's Bristly Bill. Paw Patch. We draw another Go for the Throat. Okay. Founding the Third Path. Can like... I like Founding the Third Path. think I'll just kill Bristly Bill. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I should have just held up negate there. Loot. Look at the top 6 and reveal creature with mana value equal to the number of lands you control and put it onto the battlefields. Doubling season? I don't think so. We'll grab our swamp. We'll negate that. Let's kill the paw patch, I guess. They put the counter on loot. That's fine. So we're not really advancing our plan at all. But we are killing a lot of stuff. And I think we want to continue killing stuff. There's the Hydra. Alright, let's spin our deck. Spire Bluff Canal. I think we'll just go for full price Jace.
Surrender your mind.
Milieu.
Phyrexia's will. The data requires
Spinner of Souls. Lumra. Alright. They got their combo. So, more removal. Hey, who would have guessed? Like every sweeper. Black removal, red removal, essence scatter. We want forges. Let's go forges instead of mill. Cut Jace. Cut Stern Lesson. Experimental Augury. Cut our fonts and our jewel because we're cutting fonts. Cut Bounding. Serum Snare. We want Soul Guide Lanterns too. Cut a bomb. Another Stern Lesson. We'll just go down to one Jace. This hand just doesn't really do anything against them. It can draw cards that maybe will let us do stuff, but it doesn't do anything right now, which I think probably means it's a mulligan. 10 also doesn't do anything and is worse than my first hand, but I'm not going to 5. Yeah. Gonna need some help from Experimental Augury. Bristly Bill. Anoint is good. Play a Skullbomb. There's the Hydra. I think we'll exile Bristly Bill. Realm Breaker. We could just exile this Hydra. I guess I'll play Realm Breaker, see what they do on their turn. It's kind of bad against them because they do use their graveyard. Loot. Take 4, let's draw a card. Font of Progress. Okay. Let's try the Founding. Go ahead and deal with the Hydra or loot. Probably need to deal with loot, actually. The Hydra's gonna hit me for 8. Yeah, I guess it's gonna be the Hydra. Probably gonna lose here. Negates, just what we're looking for. We don't have a second black to activate our Restless Reef. Oh boy. Flourishing Bloomkin. Okay. Milieu. Steal a Forest. And we actually We can block with our Restless Reef now. But then we can't deadly cover up if we draw one. Snakeskin Veil, yeah. So, kill the 7/7, I guess. And it would take a pretty spectacular sequence of draws. Terramorphic Expanse. That doesn't help us because that line comes into play tapped. Spire Bluff Canal. Okay, GG's. Cheese the Wheeze will be our final opponent. I mean, this looks like a keep for this deck, right? Alright. Aggro. This is going to be very tough game 1. And game 2. Swift Spear. Augury. Any red manas, please? Go for the throat. Take it. Turn inside out. Kill it in response. We could have negated, I guess, but I like to do this before they get any triggers. They have another spell of some kind. Monstrous Rage on the Swifty. Okay. So we're taking 6. They don't get to manifest Dread. Brotherhood's End. Of course, they're mono red, so they have no non-basics for me to target with demolition fields. I actually would just really like to find a land drop. Okay. Let's discard the Enigma Jewel. Okay, let's see if they want to sack something outside of combat to save their Swift Spear. We'll bargain. Sack our Power Stone. They don't. Shivan Reef. We'll leave that on top. Let's just Founding. We'll go 2. Milieu. Bulk up. Heartfire hero. Yeah, how about go for the throat? Down to 9. Or 8. Opponent scoops. Because we killed all their creatures. Okay. How about Anoint with Affliction, Abrade, Brotherhood's End, everything that can kill or counter a creature. And we're definitely going for the Forge plan. So we're cutting the mill. I think maybe that's the play. When you go to the forge, you completely remove the mill elements. Do I want duresses too? I kind of do. We don't need all the Skullbombs. Cut 1 negate. Yeah, let's try like this. Little did our opponent know, game 1, that our hand was nowhere near actually doing anything. Speaking of not doing anything, I think this is definitely a mulligan. That's more like it. Clearly, we bottom the Skullbomb here. Okay, they have no 1 mana play. That's good. Oh, they are Boros. They got a slick shot show off. Okay. They have double slick shot show off. Alright, let's try to kill one of these. Turn inside out. They're gonna get to Manifest Dread. Alright, they scoop. We got them good. We had the Pyroclasm to clean that up too, so wow. Actually beat aggro for once. That never happens. Okie dokie. So our final record with the oiliest Grixis mill deck was a 2-4. One of those wins being where our opponent scooped after the first game and like didn't play for part of the first game. I don't know what's going on. It's been happening to me to a lot on Moto, or sorry, on Arena the last couple of days. People just like stalling out, roping out. Are people just not interested in playing Standard? Because it is kind of a lame duck format. We're about to get the new set next week. Anyway, yeah, the deck didn't work very well. It has some problems. One major problem is that the mana base is kind of wrong. It was thrown together a bit haphazardly. As I said, I did start this deck out as an Is-It deck that was combining the Fonts of Progress and Urabrask Forge in the main deck. And that might be a really cool way to build it, actually. Kind of a double threat. But of course, when you do something that way, you like dilute the potency of either strategy. It tends to not work very well. I also had like churning reservoirs in the deck. It would have been kind of fun because I feel like oil counters is something kind of neat they introduced in the Phyrexia sets, and they sort of have never really gone back to. So I thought the idea of having churning reservoirs, putting oil counters on your Fonts of Progress and your Urabrask's Forge every turn, along with your spell bombs to like beef up one or the other, depending on which way you wanted to go, would be cool. In practice, it's probably better to just focus on one. I like the idea of like being one version and then boarding into the other version. So the mana base is all wrong. It started off as Is It. I've just been kind of adding black cards and like tweaking the mana base here or there. I haven't sat down and like really figured out the percentages and whatnot. So we did see that mess with us quite a bit in these games. I think the deck just, it needs more removal. Like we don't like the mid-range decks like Angels or like that green deck, the Landfall deck we played against. We need more black removal against that. And I was thinking, cut back a lot on the spot removal and just go with sweepers. Just like, you know, Pyroclasms on 2, Brotherhood's Ends on 3. We don't really have anything on 4. Maybe like Silexes, Deadly Cover-Ups on 5. More sweepers in the spot of spot removal, and have it be like a curve of sweepers. I think that would be a better way to go with the removal options of this deck. So cut down a bit on the spot removal, add more sweepers, and fix the mana base. Those would be two things I would do right away. Yeah. I don't know. It's doesn't really work very well. It's probably not a very good deck. I think it gets a little better with rotation. It gets another reservoir card. I forget what it's called. But it's another mill rock that I think is probably better than Font of Progress. There's also another mill piece that's like a start your engines card, but that's really more of a build, and then it turns into like a Teferi's Tutelage. But that's more of a card that could be built around in its own right, and I might have to try to build around that, because that might be a better foundation to build upon than Fonts of Progress, beefing that up. But I did enjoy this deck. I think it's fun. I did get some wins with it off stream. I think it could be better with some more sweepers. I'm not saying it would be good, but it would be improved with a better mana base and some more sweepers. Anyway, that's going to do it for Oily Mill in Standard. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like off-meta, off-kilter MTG content, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I do stream Magic the Gathering every Tuesday and Friday on my channel, and I post MTG every Thursday and Saturday. So feel free to come by my Twitch if you want to check out the action in real time. There's a link to my Twitch in the description of the video. Hope you have a good rest of your weekend. Peace out.